But they did raid Donald Trump's house last night. Maybe you heard about it. It's been in all the papers. What were they looking for, and what happens next? Guy Reschenthaler is a Republican congressman from District 14, and he joins us now. Guy, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, as always. I'll tell you what's next. What's next is Donald Trump running for president and winning. If there were any Republicans that were on the fence deciding whether to support President Trump or not in 2024, they're all coming home because they see that he was completely taken advantage of by a political FBI that was overstepping and over-politicizing this raid. This raid could have been done in far less restrictive means. They were going after material that they said the National Archives wanted. Historically, that's been handled through lawyers. But this raid is reminiscent of really Stasi-like tactics.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything you said, but what would change that? I mean, would if they found something damning, would that change all that? Is there any chance that they're going to find something that would preclude him running for president?
Like what about a laptop, John, that has a whole bunch of incriminating evidence on that the FBI has been sitting on for years? Oh, that's right. That's Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I got a little mixed up there. Yeah.
No. Yeah, John, look, there isn't going to – I don't think there's going to be anything that is incredibly damaging. The January 6th committee has been trying to have this quasi-prosecution on Donald Trump for months on end now, virtually limitless government resources at their disposal. They've come up with zero. Remember, the FBI concocted the whole Russian collusion hoax, which was a scam as well. I trust them about as far as I can throw them, to use an expression. But look, at the end of the day, this shows the two-tier justice system that we have in the United States. We have a tier for those that are part of the regime or the ruling class. Think about Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, for example, Nancy Pelosi's husband, who's doing insider trading. They do not get indicted. They don't get touched. The media doesn't even cover them. Then you have this tier of justice for anybody that's conservative. Think Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, my friend John Fortenberry, President Trump last night, where the rules be damned. If you're a conservative, we're going to use all our resources against you. And that's why people don't have any faith left in the FBI. It's overtly political at this point.
Should we have gotten, and do we deserve some answers from the Attorney General and the FBI by now, unless something's happened recently? I don't think they've come out with any information on what they were looking for or what they got.
Well, no, you saw Director Wray when he was in front of Congress last week, I believe, just evading every question that was coming his way. I'll tell you what, there will be an investigation. There will be oversight come come January of 2023, because when Republicans retake the House, when we retake the Senate, we're going to use the oversight investigation power of Congress to expose the overt political actions of the FBI, expose the select prosecution of the DOJ. Remember the DOJ that wants to label parents that are upset at school board meetings. They want to label them as domestic terrorists. So we'll investigate them. We'll investigate Hunter Biden's laptop, all of Joe Biden's shady business dealings. We'll investigate all that. But until we're in power come 2023, there's very little we can do. And, of course, when you drag these people in Congress to expose the overt political actions of the FBI, expose the select prosecution of the DOJ. Remember the DOJ that wants to label parents that are upset at school board meetings. They want to label them as domestic terrorists. So we'll investigate them. We'll investigate Hunter Biden's laptop, all of Joe Biden's shady business dealings. We'll investigate all that. But until we're in power come 2023, there's very little we can do. And, of course, when you drag these people in front of a committee meeting, they can just play dumb and play coy and say they're not going to comment on an ongoing investigation, et cetera, et cetera. But at least we can expose their hypocrisy.
Well, this has never happened in the history of the country, and you said you don't expect them to get anything that justifies it, but what would be something that would justify in going into a former president's home and breaking into his safe? What could they be looking for that could possibly warrant that?
Well, it would have to be something that's national security related. It's a threat to national security. I highly doubt that President Trump has any kind of is doing anything nefarious regarding our national security. He was the president for 4 years, deeply loves the country, and so forth. But look, they're saying that they're looking for classified information, documents that should be going to the National Archives, not in President Trump's possession. Which, again, that's just absolutely absurd because historically, for example, with the Clintons, who took half the furniture in the White House when they left, typically that's all worked out lawyer to lawyer, not a pre-dawn raid where you're coming in with guns into a president's home. It's completely uncalled for.
Well, Guy, I'm out of time. I appreciate you coming on, and I hope you guys, the Republicans, have a long-term plan for this, and maybe we'll talk about that down the road.
Thanks for having me on, John, and thanks for all you do. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's Guy Reschenthaler, District 14 from Congress. We'll be right back.